Hey guys, Bradley here from Armour Detail Supply, and today we're going to walk you through what I believe is one of our most misunderstood products, deep dive into it, and really explain what it's all about, and that is our Decon Soap. Let's get right into it. So today we are going to dive deep into our Decon Soap because I believe it is one of the most misunderstood products in our lineup. Obviously, we use it for our Decon shampoo. Typically, that's going to be for your detail shampoo washing, that high pH cleaner to not only just deep clean the paint, get those bugs, get the grime, get the grease off the paint so that you have a nice squeaky clean surface for you to start your either detailing steps as your protection or into your polishing. But it can also slightly strip some very weak or dealership style waxes or sealants. The big question we get is we also recommend this for yearly maintenance on your ceramic coating, and it can also be used as your touchless style pre-wash if you want to get a really deep clean before your contact wash. Now, the biggest question and the biggest kind of misconception and misnomer we get when we recommend it that way is, hey, isn't Decon Soap a strip wash? Isn't it gonna strip my sealant? Is it gonna strip my ceramic coating? And the TLDR to that is no. Decon Soap is not going to strip a good sealant or any sort of ceramic-based product, ceramic coating. It is totally safe for those. So we're gonna break down what's in the formula, and we're gonna go outside and show you us using it, how we use it, and show you that it's not gonna strip any good sealant or a ceramic coating. Let's break down the Decon Soap formulation right at the start so you know exactly how it's working and why it's working in the way that it is. So let's start with the actual complexity of the formulation. There's a lot of different types of ingredients at work here, and specific ones that work in a higher pH range. So starting off, Decon Soap is obviously a pH of 12. Now, don't get scared by pH because you can have pH 10 formulations that are very hot, and then you can have a pH 13 formula that is built in a very safe manner that gets the pH to a 13 in a safe way. So pH also always doesn't mean harsh, doesn't always mean more powerful. So just keep that in mind. There are many different ways to build a product that can lead to different outcomes. All of the different types of surfactants that are built into Decon Soap can all be found in pH neutral shampoos that are on the market. So those are not going to cause any sort of extreme stripping. They're just heavier cleaning types of surfactants. So we're getting that extra clean that you're looking for when doing your annual decon or your pre-detailed decon or your pre-wash. You want an extra cleaning power to be able to break down all that grime so you can rinse it away so that when you go for your contact wash, it is nice and clean and there's less dirt to cause marring for your contact. Additionally, we have pH building agents, degreasing agents. We are using a very safe way to do it. There's no caustic ingredients in this. We're not using sodium hydroxide or caustic soda to really just bump up that stripping power and the pH power. So we're using very safe ways to get that extra cleaning power and build that pH so you get the cleaning that you're looking for. And then additionally, there's also solvents that are built into these formulations that help you again strip kind of through the road film and things like that so that you're getting a well-rounded product. And then additionally, you have other complexities to help protect the vehicle as the chemical is working, like corrosion inhibitors. So Decon Soap was really designed as a very well-rounded product that can work for your pre-detail, heavy stripping, heavy cleaning aspect, your annual decon to really deep clean your vehicle on an annual basis, and as your pre-wash or your touchless style wash. We didn't want to really crank up the boost into one aspect and then it draws back in other aspects, so you can't use it on a coating, or you could possibly have damage by using some crazy pH 14 sodium hydroxide based Decon soap. So Decon soap is really just a well-rounded product that can be used for all of those different scenarios and in a very safe manner, so you're not dealing with staining and you're not dealing with degrading your waxes or sealants or coatings over time. Now I do want to talk about what happens when you are just foaming and rinsing, non-agitation versus actual agitation. There is a lot of difference in cleaning power as well as stripping power when you do one versus the other. So if you're doing a pre-wash style touchless wash and just foaming on and rinsing off, there is almost no chance that this is going to do any sort of stripping or degrading of most waxes, sealants, or coatings unless you used an absurd amount, like half the bottle in your foam cannon. Stick to our standard dilutions of anywhere from 1 to 3 ounces, but typically 2 to 3 ounces in your foam cannon bottle, filled up the rest of the way with water, and you're gonna have a perfectly good touchless style or pre-wash for your contact wash. Now, going into your pre-detail wash or your annual maintenance for your ceramic coatings, we're gonna recommend that you use this in the bucket as well. And with that agitation from the bucket soap, as well as the foam that's on the vehicle, you are gonna get that extreme cleaning power as well as that little bit extra stripping power, which is going to, number one, for your pre-detail wash, kind of help strip the surface a little bit so that you're ready to go into your next detail steps, whether that's a panel prep for applying protection or going into your polishing. And if you're doing your annual maintenance, it's gonna help kind of strip away some of those detail sprays that you've been using, kind of any of that buildup that might be happening from any spray sealants or drying aids or anything like that, and just kind of reset that surface back to your original ceramic coating, so then you can keep topping from there and not experience any weird hazing issues or anything like that from the continued use of drying aids or spray sealants or toppers and things of that nature. And lastly is obviously dilutions. So you can really crank cleaning power with something like this if you just go way outside the dilution ratios that we recommend. Obviously, you're gonna get a lot more cleaning, a lot more stripping power, and it can be a lot less safe. So if you stick to the dilutions that we recommend, which is 1 to 3 ounces in your foam cannon, and then anywhere from 1 to 2 ounces in your bucket, you're gonna be in that safe range for a nice safe cleaning and not getting any unwanted staining or extra stripping power that the product wasn't designed for. So don't just take my word for it. Let's go outside and show you on my personal truck. I've got a panel set up with just some ceramic based sealants. I've got a panel set up with like our beads spray touchless sealant, which is even less of a protection. And then I've got phobic spray coating. Let's wash with Decon soap and show you that it's not gonna strip any of those and that it's totally safe to use. Let's get out there. Alrighty, so we are outside and let's show you the before water behavior so you can see what it looks like before we start using the Decon soap. Now on this bedside, I am testing a couple different spray sealants. The far right one is our current version of our spray sealant. We're exploring 2 new ones that are here. And then right on this strip, there is another coating or spray sealant that a lot of you guys love, which is the Fine Lab Hybrid Ceramic Detailer. So we're kind of testing that as well. These have been on here for like 6 to 8 weeks now. I've only washed them 1 time. So this is what the before hydrophobics looks like. As you can see, really, really hydrophobic on all of those. The hybrid ceramic a little bit less, but they are all shedding water. They are all very hydrophobic. And then on this front door, all I have on this is a layer of beads touchless sealant that was put on about 3 weeks ago when I last washed it. So let's just see how that's doing. And as you can see, that is hydrophobic as well. And then on the hood, finally, we have our phobic spray coating. So this is obviously more of a true ceramic coating. So you can see there, lots of hydrophobics. This was put on when we did our video of how to apply phobic in a very quick manner. So I believe this has been about 2 months or so since that was applied. So now we have our maximum dilution of 3 ounces loaded up into our Armour Drift foam cannon. I'm gonna go ahead and foam on those panels. We're gonna let them dwell for a couple of minutes, and then I'm gonna rinse them off and show you what it would be like for a touchless application and how none of the hydrophobics are impacted. So let's get foaming right now. So it's been dwelling for about 5 minutes now. Let's rinse it off. This would be the typical process you would do for that touchless style or pre-wash style wash. And as you can see with that on these spray sealants, none of the hydrophobics have been impacted. They are still all super hydrophobic. And then let's now hop over to the beads. And as you can see there, that is still very hydrophobic. Especially for a very easy product to use. Typically that is not super chemical resistant, so for it to be able to fight off a heavier pH Decon soap is really awesome. And then let's show you the all-star of the show here, the phobic spray coating. And as you can see, instantly, no effect whatsoever. The phobic is completely rejecting the Decon soap. The only thing the Decon soap is working against is whatever is on top of that phobic spray coating. And it really worked as a touchless wash because there was a couple dots of sap on here from sitting under trees over the last couple weeks, and those are completely eliminated now. So this is ready and super safe for your next step of contact wash. But let's show you guys now. If you don't believe me even further, I've got an ounce, actually I've got 2 ounces in my bucket into about 3.5 gallons of water. Let's wash these panels as a true Decon wash and show you the difference after a true agitation wash as well. So now we've finished the agitation wash. Let's check the hydrophobic performance after that now. So as you can see on this panel, our ceramic spray sealants are holding up perfectly. There actually is one after that contact wash. Gone a little bit flat, so maybe the Fine Lab Hybrid Ceramic Detailer, not as strong of a spray sealant, can't really hold up to that level of chemical for the agitation wash, but it was able to completely phase out the pre-wash style touchless wash. Now let's go to the beads spray touchless sealant and see how that is. And again, a less grade sealant. This is what Decon is really designed to help strip if you are using it as your contact wash. But you can see there is still a little bit of hydrophobic left here on the panel, but it is not as hydrophobic as it was before. So this just shows you not every chemical or every protection can hold up to a Decon soap like this in your agitation wash, but your touchless style, pre-wash style wash is totally fine. But this just shows you, beads was not designed to hold up to this level of a pH chemical and this style of a Decon soap. However, let's go to, again, the all-star of the show, the phobic spray coating, and show you that this is unaffected. And it basically, while I was washing it, it was completely rejecting the soap as I was washing it. So there you go. As you can see, insane hydrophobics, just a nice deep clean, giving you back to that nice bare coating, allowing the coating to work the way it should without any of those toppers or detail sprays that you might have been using interfering with the surface or the hydrophobics. So there you guys go. We have gone into everything Decon Soap and really tried to clear up some of the misconceptions and show you guys that you can use this product as your pre-wash and as your annual maintenance on a high-grade sealant, and especially your ceramic coatings, Phobic, Armour Quartz, Armour Pro, any other brand of coating you have. It is totally safe to use on those and it's not gonna strip, and we prove that to you right here. Now, if you have something like just a normal detail spray or your like beads touchless sealant, those aren't designed to be super chemical resistant. So this may provide some stripping power against those. And we also showed you the difference between using it as just a spray on, rinse off, where you're not doing any agitation, and showed you the cleaning power and the kind of stripping power with that. And then also showed you how when we did the agitation, it was able to strip away some more of those weaker detail sprays and touchless sealants. So there is a big difference there in the cleaning power and the stripping power when you do that. So now I implore you guys, if you have been kind of hesitant to use this in that process, give it a try for your touchless, give it a try for your pre-wash, and give it a try for your annual maintenance. Your wash style will thank you. You'll have a much cleaner surface that you're gonna be touching, and on your annual basis, you're gonna have a happier coating that is stripped of all the nasty stuff that is built up over time and get you back to a perfectly clear, naked surface, ready to accept any new toppers that you wanna use. So give it a try, and now it is time for you guys to get out there and have some fun detailing.